Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivana Dari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivana Dari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivana Dari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivana Dari Sodanandana Pradjana Ranjana Jasodanandana Pradjana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivana Dari Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivana Dari Sodanandana Bhajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Tira Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamasapad Paramahansa Pravidakacharya Asatasada Shishiman, His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Anantakota Vaishnavani Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Shiva Navanam Ki Jai, Shri Maya Purnavidam Ki Jai, Gangamaya Ki Jai, Jamunamaya Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Somaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Chaitanya Book Distribution Ki Jai, Holy Nam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Gau Premanandi, all glorious some devotees, all glorious some devotees, all glorious some devotees, all glorious, Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this morning reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 3, Text number 10. Javita. Do it.
Atayame Vavaro Yarhattama Yarhi Bar Hishi Rajarshi Vadadarshabho Bhavan Nijapudashekshana Vishaya Asit.
Atta, then. Ayam, this. Eva, certainly. Vara, benediction. He, indeed. Artha Tama, O most worshipable of the worshipable. Yarhi, because. Barhisi, in the sacrifice. Rajarase, of King Nabhi. Varda Rishabha, the best of the benefactors. Bhavan, your lordship. Nijapurusha, of your devotees. Ikshana Vishaya, the object of the sight. Asit, has become.
Have become. It should be have.
Has become. So continuing, this is actually the prayers of the priests. O most worshipful of all, you are the best of all benefactors, and your appearance at saintly King Nabhi's sacrificial arena is meant for our benediction. Because you have been seen by us, you have bestowed upon us the most valuable benediction. Purport. Nija Purusha Ikshana Vishaya. In Bhagavad Gita 9:29, Krishna says, Samo hum sarvabhuteshu. I envy no one, nor I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. The Supreme Personality of God is equal to everyone. In that sense, he has no enemies and no friends. Everyone is enjoying the fruitive reactions of his own work, and the Lord within everyone's heart is observing and giving everyone the desired result. However, just as the devotees are always anxious to see the Supreme Lord satisfied in every way, similarly the Supreme Lord is very anxious to present himself before his devotees. Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 4:8, Pritranaya sadhanam vinasya chatuskuram dharma sangstharpanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I advent myself millennium after millennium. Thus Krishna's appearance is for the deliverance and satisfaction of his devotees. Actually, he does not advent himself simply to kill the demons, for that can be done by his agents. Lord Vishnu's appearance at the sacrificial arena of Maharaja Nabhi was just to please the king and his assistants. Otherwise, there was no reason for his being present there. Om Jnana Tamarandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshum Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Kotavatalang Pangun Lang Hayate Garim Yatkripa Talaham Bande Shigarum Dinataranam Vanchakalpa Tubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Devacha Bodhitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. To receive the benediction of Krishna is a great benediction. Actually, this is the goal, to get the benediction of Krishna, to get the mercy of Krishna. Now generally, people that believe in God, they want to get things from God. God, give us our daily bread. Prabhupada was speaking about this and he said, we are not interested in this bread business with God. So, but a devotee, he doesn't want these material things from Krishna. And therefore Lord Chaitanya said, Nadanam, Najanam, Nasundring, Kavitung Va, Jagadishikami. Mama Janmani Janmani Ishre, Bhavatad Bhaktya Haitikitvayi. I don't want wealth. Practically everybody wants wealth. That's one of the big things they pray to for God. And even they advertise in some churches, come, worship God. And, you know, in so many words, you'll get money. He'll reciprocate with you like this. So people are very interested in money. And there was one instance where one person, he wasn't having much success in his life, and someone said, well, just start a new religion and you know, you'll have great success. So he did that. He started a new religion, he became very wealthy. So people unfortunately very interested in getting things. But a devotee is not interested. You know, doesn't even want a beautiful wife or followers. Or what does he want? So we don't want wealth, nadanam, najanam. We don't want followers, nadanam, najanam, the sundaring, beautiful wife. So what do you want? I mean, this is what everybody wants, huh? Liberation. Liberation. He doesn't even want liberation. What do you want? Service to Krishna, birth after birth. This is what a devotee wants. So this is something to aspire for, to just have this desire to serve Krishna. Prabhupada tells of a story of a lady, elderly lady. She was carrying a pile of wood, and it fell off. And she was an elderly lady; it'd be hard to pick it up and put it on. Yeah. So she's praying to God, Krishna, please help me. Krishna, please help. She's praying so fervently. Krishna comes. Yes, what is it you want? Oh, please, Krishna, can you put this pile of wood on my shoulder again, please? Yeah, okay. He didn't. That was it. Not very bright. So Krishna can give anything that anyone wants. But a devotee just wants to serve Krishna. This is the highest benediction. This is the highest mercy. To have this desire to serve Krishna. To have this desire to engage in pure devotional service. So here, in the translation, it's interesting. It says, because you have seen, or because you have been seen by us, you have bestowed upon us the most valuable benediction. So, because he's been seen by us, that's interesting, because Krishna, he sees everybody, right? But I guess because he's personally there. because you have been seen by us. Oh yeah, okay. You have bestowed upon us the most valuable benediction. Yeah, so to see Krishna is it's not an easy thing. And for those who have seen Krishna, it's like it's a festival for the eyes to see Krishna, because Krishna is very, very attractive. It's a festival for the eyes, and therefore, like the gopis, they don't want to blink their eyes. It's so ecstatic, just seeing Krishna, and to remember Krishna, it's a festival for the mind. To remember Krishna, and therefore, devotees that remember, they go into ecstasy. Continuous remembrance of Krishna, they go into ecstasy just by constantly remembering Krishna, as he is, not filtered through our contaminated mind. People think of God quite sometimes, but they got their misconceptions. They're thinking of God filtered through their contaminated mind. So we're trying to purify the contaminated mind so that we can see Krishna as he is. We can remember Krishna as he is. And to hear the pastimes of Krishna is the festival for the ears. To hear the pastimes of Krishna, it's a festival for the ears. Like I was hearing Radheshyam. He was explaining how, when Radharani appeared, she appeared blind because she said she didn't want to see anything unless the first thing she sees is Krishna. So she appeared on a golden lotus on the Jamuna River. And King Vrishabhanu, he always wanted to have a daughter. So she came on this golden lotus, and he was surprised. And she was so beautiful. And my desires have been fulfilled. Now I have this beautiful daughter. But she was blind. But anyway, she's the daughter, she's beautiful, it's okay. So I don't know how long it was before Krishna, he came and he saw this cradle, and he peeked into the cradle. And then, she's Radharani, she knows everything. So then she opened her eyes and saw Krishna. So it was many years, actually, 6 or 7 years before she saw Krishna again. And, just like when we were children, we used to play hide and seek. So they were doing this in Varshana. So Krishna, he went to Varshana with his friends, and Radharani was playing this hide and seek, and she had a cover over her eyes, and the gopis went hiding. And the cowherd boys are also playing hide and seek. Somebody covered their eyes. So they count, and then they run and hide. But somehow they, when we used to play, you don't keep your eyes covered. You open, then you go look. But they don't. Radharani kept her eyes covered, so she's going around trying to find me. But she came to someone, and she put her hands on the shoulders, and that was Krishna. And Krishna turned around, and he was surprised, and he took the covering off, the blindfold off of her eyes, and he was shocked to see such beauty, and he fainted. He fainted upon seeing the beauty of Srimati Radharani. Very beautiful also, can't imagine, right? So she was shocked, and she didn't know what to do, so she just ran away. And then when she went to the gopis, she said, you won't believe it, I saw this beautiful boy. And when he saw me, he fainted. I didn't know what to do. I ran away, but I should have done something. I should have sprinkled some water on his face or something, bring him to us. But I became afraid, so I just ran away. I feel bad that I didn't do something. I don't want to eat until I find out that the boy is okay. So she told the gopis that, and they said, okay, we'll find out if everything's okay. So they went. She told where the tree was, and then they went there, and the boy wasn't there. he went back and said, Radharani, he's not there. I think he's okay. Well, maybe you went to the wrong tree. Find out for sure. So they went around Vrindavan. They found out that he was the son of Nanda Maharaj, named Krishna, and they found out that he had fainted, and he's okay now. So they went back and told Radharani, and then she took prasad. She was satisfied. But she was also shocked to see the beauty of Krishna. The most beautiful, divine couple. They're seeing each other now. So another time there was, the Krishna and the cowherd boys. They would play. Everybody wants to play. It's like the rich people now, when they become so rich, they just play golf. What a waste of time. That there's an interesting pastime. Prabhupada was driving to his place to chant japa, Los Angeles. And they stopped at one light, and Prabhupada saw these people with a stick, and Prabhupada asked the devotee, what are they doing? Oh, Prabhupada, they have this stick, and there's a ball, and they try to hit the ball in this hole, and they call it golf. And Prabhupada started crying. It's simply another way to waste the human form of life. He's so compassionate, he started crying. They're just wasting time. So people, they have some free time, they play golf, or they play cards, or people want to play, basically. They don't want to, nobody wants to work, they want to play. So this is what they do in the spiritual world, they're playing. So Krishna, he's playing with his cowherd friends, and it's time for lunch. So Rohini comes and says, boys, come, it's time to take lunch, let's go. And Krishna says to the other boys, it's just Rohini, it's okay. Just play. Then she went to Yasoda and said, Yasoda, you have more devotion, more affection. They'll listen to you. They're not listening to me. Can you go and bring the boys? And they also, even with Yasoda, they were like, no, we're playing. Don't interrupt our play. Come on. So then she's telling, no, come on, you have to come. Your father's waiting for you. And she got so close that she grabbed both their hands, Krishna and Balaram. And then she's taken the Godheads back to home. You're supposed to go home back to Godheads, so they're taking the Godheads back to home. So, Satang Basangang Mamavirya Sangvato Bhavanti Ritkarna Vasayana Kata. So, Josanat Asabhavarga Vartmani Shradharatir Bhaktir Anukramishati. That devotees, in the association of other devotees, derive great pleasure in hearing Mama Virya Sangvato, the wonderful pastimes of Krishna. And simply by hearing these pastimes of Krishna, we become liberated. We get great faith in Krishna. Shraddha, you get a taste. Ratir, you get a taste for Krishna consciousness. And ultimately, we get love for Krishna. So Prabhupada was so pure. He was so pure that we hear of these pastimes and we just accept it. Prabhupada. Who would think that God is lifting this mountain, this huge mountain, with the pinky of his left hand, and killing these demons that are like mountains. I met one lady in one university there in Los Angeles, and she said, I'm reading these stories of Krishna. She was a bit of a devotee of Krishna, but she's reading a Krishna book. And she says, this just seems like, just stories, just made up stories that somebody might have, there's no faith, But somehow, because Prabhupada's so pure, we accept, these are the activities of God. These are the amazing activities of God. I mean, we also have activities, but when God does activities, are they ordinary or are they extraordinary? They must be extraordinary. They must be amazing, the activities of God. And they are. They're amazing. And simply by hearing the activities of Krishna, we become purified. So here in this purport, Prabhupada mentions this very famous verse, Samohamas Harvabhutesu, I am no one, nor am I partial to anyone, equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So this is the position of Krishna, that he envies no one. He'll give his mercy to anyone that wants it, that sincerely wants his mercy. He'll give it. Yeah. But he doesn't give his mercy easily. Like he doesn't like pride. He doesn't like pride. If someone is proud, he doesn't. Therefore, humility is it is said, is the crown jewel of devotional service. It's so important. He doesn't like pride. Yeah. In Miami, many years ago, I was a book distributor like now. And I was a Sankirtan leader, and I felt I was becoming a little pride. There's some pride was there, though. So yeah, there was some pride there, and I thought, what can I do? So there's this verse, Tanada peace and each and atror peace is amani kirtaniya. One should think oneself lower than the straw on the street, more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false procedure, ready to offer all respects to others, without desiring respect for oneself. In such a state of mind, we could chant the holy name constantly. So I was thinking, well, maybe I just chant this verse in between each round. That might help me to develop some humility. So I was doing that for some months. And then I thought, all right, now I'm humble again. So I stopped. But it's so hard to get free of this pride, this terrible pride. Pride can be used in the service of Krishna. In what way? What's the example?
And the Hari Bhakti Kalpalatika said, one can be proud of being a devotee of Krishna.
Yes.
Proud of Krishna, not
Yes.
proud of ourselves.
Yes.
Proud to be his servant.
Yes.
So that's a good use of
Yes.
pride.
I remember before I joined, I was, dabbling into different yoga books, and I remember reading where a wise person, a saintly person, he always walks with his head down. Humility. But then we see Prabhupada, he's always got his head up like this, walking, he's with his cane. But he's proud, being a servant of Krishna. Yeah. He's a servant, pure servant of Krishna. So Krishna says, Naham prakasya sarvasya, I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my eternal created potency, Yogamaya. So the deluded world, they know me not. Yeah. So Krishna, he kind of hides himself from those who are not interested in serving him. Tashri Krishna namadi navavetkaram. That one cannot understand Krishna with one's blunt material senses, but when he becomes pleased with us by our service, then he reveals himself. Yeah. So this is how to attract Krishna, by this service attitude, trying to please Krishna somehow, trying to please Krishna. And even when Krishna was here, so few people understood that Krishna was God. Prabhupada was speaking about this. He said only a handful understood that Krishna was God. Now you would think that Krishna's right there, he's performing all these amazing pastimes, but they couldn't grasp, they couldn't understand that Krishna was God. The Pandavas, of course, they understood. Some others, but it's difficult to understand. Would we understand? If we saw Krishna, would we understand this is Krishna? Yeah. When I was in India at one temple, what was the name of that temple where Bhakti Charu Swami started? Ujjain. I was giving class, and believe it or not, this person walks in, blue, peacock feather in his head, the whole thing, yellow dhoti, the whole thing. I was like, Krishna. And the devotee said, yeah, he's a little crazy. He likes to sahajya. Huh? Poundraka. Yeah, Poundraka. Yeah, so people are imitating Krishna. Yeah. In Vrindavan, we'll just speak. But this guy, he was dressed up pretty good. I mean, I was impressed. You know, he did a good job. Poundraka, you know, he was imitating Vishnu. So he had some extra arms. You know, I don't know, paper mache or something. You know. Oh yeah, and he had Aukshani. He had a big army. He had followers, you know. He had a huge following of people, you know, they're ready to fight for him, you know. Of course, and then Krishna gave him his Sudarsana. He wanted his symbols, so. He made Krishna laugh, so he got some service. And you know what happened? He went to Vaikuntha. He went to Vaikuntha because he was absorbed in Vishnu somehow. But this is not the recommended way to try to go back to Godhead. But yeah, we have to try to somehow or another understand the greatness of Krishna. And by hearing we understand. From hearing comes understanding. So whenever we get free time, we should be reading Srila Prabhupada's books or chanting. Or time is so valuable. There's 9 symptoms of someone who has began to develop love for Krishna. Kshantya vyartha kalatma. The first one is forgiving. We have to be forgiving. Kshantya vyartha kalatvam vraktir manasunyata. Kshantya, it's forgiving. It's like in the material world, Kali Yuga, you know, people get angry so easily. So the best way to overcome anger is to forgive. Now, more difficult than forgiving is to forgive and forget. You could be angry at those who blaspheme Krishna. Yeah, that's right. Just like Hanuman. He was a great devotee. He became so angry, he destroyed the whole city practically of Lanka. In all humility. That's humility. He was angry like anything, but he had this, it was humble anger, which is okay. Humble anger? But yeah. So, but in general, sometimes we have dealings with one another. You know, in the ashram, sometimes there might be some little friction, but forgiving. Therefore, we have this nice thing, you know, whenever there's some friction, we go to one another and we pay obeisance. Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. You know, Vanchi Kalpatubhyascha Kripasindevi Paritanam Pavani Vaishnavebhyo no. So, yeah, and Krishna is most pleased with the devotee that goes first. Yeah. Because he took the first step to reconcile the relationship, you know, to get over the friction. So if there's some friction, try to be the first one to ask for forgiveness. Because it's the material world. It's going to be it's the nature of this world. There's friction sometimes. So to be forgiving and to not waste time. Time management. Believe it or not, there's a devotee that he helps devotees in time management. And even, believe it or not, the Vaisesika Prabhu, he has someone who helps him with time management. Yeah. So we have to manage our time properly, not waste time. Prabhupada said in one class, don't waste time. Don't waste time, it's so valuable. Yeah. And we don't know how much time we have left in this world. So utilize it properly. Hearing, chanting, serving. There was one in Miami. I was going up the stairs, and this devotee, he had a headset on, okay, he had a book in his hand, and there was something else. Anyway, huh? And he had his japa beads, and he had a book. He was chanting. He had a book. He had a headset. So I told him, just let the bombs fall. This guy's ready. Right, it's kind of inattentive. Right, it's inattentive. Not good. Yeah, it's inattentive chanting. Right, exactly. But the worst chanting I ever saw was a devotee. No, he was watching TV. And I said, Prabhu, this is not very good. I mean, this is inattentive chanting. How could you? He said, Prabhu, this is the only way I could chant my japa. Pretty low mentality. Not good either. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes they have a Prabhupada chanting japa or something, which is okay, but yeah. 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 Inattentive chanting, that's one of the offenses. That's actually one of the major offenses. The source of all other offenses is inattentive chanting. So difficult to chant attentively. The mind is this. So, Kshantiya Vyartha Kala Varaktir means detachment. Detachment. So, by this process of hearing and chanting and serving and getting a taste for Krishna consciousness, we eventually will become detached from this material existence and attached. So we don't want just detachment. Like there's some groups, they're just into detachment. But they don't know what to be attached. We got to be attached to something. And we're not just stones. No, you got to be attached to something. So we're trying to become attached to Krishna. Very attached to Krishna. Kshantiya Vyartha Viraktir Manasunyata. Ashabandha means great hope. Great hope that somehow I can achieve this. And even it said, hope against hope. And what does that mean? Hope against hope. It seems that it's just like impossible. Just like it's an impossible endeavor, but still, hope for that. Na prema shravanadi bhakti apivayo goshtava vaishno jnana va subhakarma va kirahosa jatyabhyasiva. That I have no love for you, Krishna. I'm not born in a good family. I have no knowledge. Basically, I have no good qualities at all. But it is said that you give your mercy to those who are most fallen. So that hope that I will receive your mercy is burning in my heart, that I could get your mercy. I mean, that verse really resonates with us. We have no good qualification. Yeah, but there's some. Krishna is very kind, so there's this hope that we can receive that kindness of Krishna. Pray for it. Asabandha samudhaina means we have to be very eager to serve Krishna, to do service for Krishna. Asabandha samudhaina. Attachment for chanting, namagani sadaruchi, attachment for or a taste for chanting the holy names. This is something also we have to pray for a taste. Now we have a taste for so many things, so we have to pray for a taste for this chanting the holy names of Krishna. And it's there. I mean, there's experience. There's so many devotees are getting a nice experience of chanting the holy name. So we can also get this taste. Namagani sadariti ashaktis tadganakyena, attachment or hearing the wonderful qualities of Krishna. And Krishna, he has unlimited wonderful qualities. But there's one quality that stands out above all the rest. Yes? Well, yeah. Specifically it said compassion, yeah. Compassion, yeah. Krishna is very compassionate. Yeah. And that's why he comes. This is why he sends Prabhupada, he sends so many pure devotees. He himself comes, and so many incarnations have come. Because he's compassionate. And he wants us. He wants us to go home. This is the compassion of Krishna. So yeah, he reserves the right of not being exposed to everyone and everyone. And it's described that Krishna, he's like the sun. The sun is big. Yeah? You can't cover the sun. We get some cloud here, and it's not that the sun is covered. It's just a little dinky little cloud. You can't. So Krishna is also, he's big. But we're covered by these clouds of desire and hate. These clouds of desire, material desire, we're covered. Therefore we can't see Krishna. Because we're covered by these. Prabhupada says in one purport that the living entity comes to hate the service of Krishna. And so many atheists here, material world. So that's unfortunate. But this whole process of Krishna consciousness to remove these clouds that are keeping us from seeing Krishna as he is. Yeah. So I have one little pastime for Devita Prabhu. He always likes to hear some book distribution story. So there's one devotee. Actually, he's a real Maharati, Parameshwar Prabhu. Last month he did 11,000 book points. Yeah, my biggest month ever in 43 years has been 2,000. Just to give you an idea. He did 11,000 book points. It's like inconceivable. He's like a real. He's number 3 in the country. Competing with temples, just by himself. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes the devotees do very big, but they're getting spots, they're getting money. But he's just by himself. He's getting money. 11,000 books, like inconceivable. Yeah. Well, he's probably doing sets. I don't know. But he was distributing, and he handed a book to a student at a concert. And the student was holding the book, and he said, "This book is powerful." And Parameshwar Prabhu said, "That's right. You're holding God in your hands." He said, "Well, that explains it." So, of course, he took a few books, actually. So, yeah, when we're distributing books, that's what we're giving God. Some people can appreciate that. Rare. But yeah, some people can appreciate the powerful books of Srila Prabhupada. So, is there any question? Yes, our Bhakta Bob.
Thank you, Vijay Prabhu. Very nice. It was mentioned to me by a devotee just a couple of days ago that one terrible offense why chanting is chanting and driving.
Chanting and driving, yes. A devotee wrote Prabhupada. Prabhupada, is it okay to chant and drive? And Prabhupada said, if you chant and drive, you won't be able to do either one properly. So better not. Yeah. Yeah, I've tried to find the source of that. I can't find it. Something. Not everything is in the Veda base, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. Some things, you hear it, and then oh, that makes sense. But then you later you remember that and you forget where you just go by. You don't like take a note of where that was. It's unfortunately. Yeah. Don't count. You could chant while you're driving, but don't count that as your 16 rounds. 16 rounds. That should be very attentive. Yeah. But we could chant anytime. There's no hard and fast rule. There's that amazing pastime of that one sadhu. He was going to go to the latrine, to the bathroom, and he was chanting. He didn't want. He thought it'd be offensive, so he was holding his tongue, so he wouldn't chant. And one young boy, he saw him holding his tongue. He said, "Bubba, why are you holding your tongue?" He said, "Well, I want to go to the latrine, but I'm just addicted to chanting. But you shouldn't chant Hare Krishna in the bathroom." And the boy said, No. Lord Chaitanya said that no hard and fast rules. You could chant in the bathroom. It's okay. And he said, "Oh, okay." He went in the bathroom chanting Hare Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya happened to be right there. And Lord Chaitanya said, "What is your name?" "Well, he's just a boy, 5 years old. "My name is Gopal." So Lord Chaitanya initiated. He said, "Now your name is Gopal Guru." And he became a big acharya. Actually became a big devotee. I see you hear different stories. I heard it completely different from, reading it. Yeah, this is different. You say, it's amazing we hear.
I mean, they were both friends and classmates, so Nimai was going to the bathroom, and Gopal saw him biting his tongue, so he asked him, "Nimai, why you're biting his tongue?" Because the bathroom is a contaminated place, and this tongue is so addicted to chanting the name of Krishna, you have to bite it to stop chanting. So, but then Gopal said, no, my dear friend Nimai, at the time of death also the body is a very dirty place too, so, and you're not going to chant at the time of, no, you should chant in any place, no matter how contaminated it is, it will become purified. So Nimai said, "Oh, my dear friend Gopal, you gave me today a very good lesson. And because of that, now your name is going to be Gopal Guru." So when Nimai took sannyas, went to Jagannath Puri, Gopal Guru took sannyas, became Gopal Guru Goswami, and also went to Jagannath Puri to live with him.
That's why he says
Anything else?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vijaya Krishna Prabhu.
May I?
You may.
Prabhu, the quote from the purport is, quote, "However, just as the devotees are always anxious to see the Supreme Lord satisfied in every way," end quote. Prabhu, my question is related to the difference between Vaidhi Bhakti, rules and regulations, and Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous love. And in relation to Vaidhi Bhakti, you know better than me that we have the 9 stages: Shraddha, Sadhusanga, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, and Prem. My question is as follows. In what stage related to these 9 stages I will find myself changing from following rules and regulations to spontaneous love?
Well, how's that verse start out? Adao Sharatata Sadhu Sangata Bhajana Kriya Taton Artha Nirvishisa. When we get past that bad habits, anartha nivritti, then major changes take place. Because as long as we're in this, we have these bad habits, we're still on the material platform. But when we get beyond that, it's a whole nother realm of existence, something to look forward to.
Thank you, Vijaya Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, you were mentioning those 6 qualities?
9.
9? Yeah.
Yeah.
So could you say that again?
The
I
9.
wanted.
Kshanti Vyartha Kaladram Virakti Manasunya Asabandha Samudvina Namagani Sadai Asakti Ginakini Priti Stad Vashatesala. Priti Stad Vashatesala, that means, yeah, affection for living in the holy places. Yes, I think that's the last one. There's 9.
Can you please give me the reference? I will look it up later.
The meter? The reference.
The verse which you were speaking.
Nectar of Devotion.
Okay, it's in Nectar of Devotion.
Yeah. See Dravida. Okay, I gotta go to Los Angeles now, so I'm leaving, yeah, temporarily. Dentist. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Krishna.